What's up, everybody? So I've been doing some thinking, doing some reflecting, doing some... If I'm honest, I've been basically just talking to myself a lot. I've been trying to... Still trying to convince myself that this is all real. Like, this is that I'm going through all this. That this woman did what she did to somebody like me. It's not easy. It's not easy because when you invest your life, when you invest in another person, to the level that I did, and to be put... The best analogy I could probably come up with would be that she didn't put me in the rear view. Nah, she put me in the trunk. She could open that trunk and I'd still be there. She could talk to me, tell me all her lies, tell me everything that I needed to hear and everything that I needed to hear to make... so that I would believe her, that I would forgive her, that I would continue to let her use me because I'm too nice of a guy. You know, she messed me up, man. She messed me up because I got taken for a ride, pure and simple. Like I said, she put me in the trunk. She took me for that ride. I was so invested in her. I was so... It's the conversations we had, the things we had talked about were reasons to be invested. We talked about what we were going to name our kids and the house we wanted to build and what we were going to do, how we were going to raise our kids, the things we wanted to teach them. And even in this last year that she said she stopped loving me, I continued to just do those things and say all these wonderful things that I wanted us to do with our children. The stuff that I wanted to build and surprise them with that would be able to then teach them things. And she sat there and she told me, oh my God, that's amazing. Can we do this as well? Can we do this? And it just blows my mind. It blows my mind that you could do that to somebody else. Because she told me she felt guilty. She told me she felt guilty. But how? How could you feel guilty and then continue to do it after all this time? After a year of saying you stopped loving me and continue to feel guilty and yet never stop. I hope one day she figures out why. I hope she figures it all out. I hope either she gets some help. Excuse me. You know, I hope that she gets help and that she figures out why she did what she did. Or maybe it's going to dawn on her one day. Maybe it'll just spark. Maybe this current relationship that she's in will fail because now he can't trust her. And folks, without trust, a relationship is nothing. was my problem. I trusted her too much because I wanted to believe. I wanted to have my faith in this woman that she wouldn't do what she ended up doing. Best way I've ever heard it described was a relationship without trust is a cell phone without service. Just end up playing games. Well, I got played. So maybe this relationship she's in will work out. Maybe it'll fail. Maybe whatever happens. But maybe one day she'll realize, holy crap, this is what drove me to do this. This is what caused this, or what have you. And I'll be honest with you. There's a part of me that hopes I never see her again. After what she did to me, I hope I never see her. And the flip side of that coin is I hope I do. I hope one day she has the guts. Maybe once she figures things out, or once something dawns on her, or whatever. And maybe she'll actually be truly sorry for what she did. And maybe she'll have the guts to look me up. To meet me in person and tell me why she did what she did. Why she took me for this ride. Why she took a guy who wanted nothing but to make her happy. Wanted to treat her like a princess. Wanted to treat her like she was everything. Why she did that to a guy like me. Maybe she'll have that one day. If not, so be it. Because don't get me wrong, I don't want her back. I may miss her like crazy, and I may miss what we had at one point, but I don't want her back, because I can never trust her again. After everything I found out, and after everything I now question, I could never trust her again, and that's so important to me. And on top of that, not only could I never trust her again, but the people that I care about, those that I love, my family and friends, who now know who she really is, they could never trust her again. Folks, it's hard to think about. It's hard to think about all the things she told me and then went on and did on her own. Told me she was never really comfortable about the idea of moving in together before she was married. Turns out she lied about that too. That's why I gotta sit here and wonder if anything was true, if any of it were, if anything that she told me was true, if she ever did love me, if she ever truly wanted to marry me, if she ever wanted any of what we talked about. Or if all I was doing was helping her freaking make an outline for another life, one without me in it. And if that's the case, that hurts even twice as much. Because how dare you plan a life with somebody that you don't intend to spend with them? Like I said, I don't want her back. I miss her. I still miss her. As messed up as that is, as messed up as that is to say out loud, it's the truth. I do. I miss her. Because regardless of the lies, she made me feel something that I didn't think I could feel. After everything I had been through, after everything that had happened to me in my life, the amount of love that I felt for her, I didn't think I'd be lucky enough to feel that again. And sure enough, unfortunately for me, I did. Unfortunately, it was with the wrong woman. And that scares me. It scares me a lot. Because I don't want to give up on relationships. I don't want to give up on finding love. I got a lot of love to give, and I'd like to find somebody again. I'd like to find somebody that can make me happy and hopefully be trustworthy and honest and faithful. I know she's got to exist out there somewhere. The world can't be that fucked. The pain of it all. What she did just blows my mind. It truly does. The amount of lies and the amount of lack of guilt, the lack of caring, just boggles. And maybe you're watching this and maybe you think I'm the messed up one. Maybe you think I'm the one that's like, oh, you were so nice. You let her have all that leeway, all that rope. Yeah, I did. That's just who I am. That's just what I'm about. Yeah. And I'm not saying this isn't on me as well. I'm not that dumb. I'm not that. Part of this is on me. Part of this is on me for not seeing things sooner, for not realizing the writing on the wall, maybe. But the thing is I was going through it. I was right there. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20, folks. And in those moments, I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to think. I wanted to put my faith in this woman. I was invested in it. And I think everyone can relate to that. I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to think about the possibilities. I just wanted to believe her. And I did. And it got me here. And that sucks. It's like I said, I don't want to take this into the next relationship. I don't want to take this into I don't want to have to doubt. But I will, unfortunately. And I just hope. And I'm a very upfront and open person. So hopefully if I meet somebody again, if I meet somebody that's into me, wants to get to know me and wants to see where things go, great. But I'm going to be open. I'm going to tell them, hey, this is what she did. This is who I am. This is what I believe. This is what she did to me. And I'm going to take a little bit more patience. I'm going to take some understanding. Because I'm going to question a lot of things for some time to come. And hopefully that person is willing to deal with that. You know, I keep going back and forth on this. People kind of argue about this fact, and they say, is jealousy healthy? You know, I don't know. I think on some level it is. I think it shows that if you're getting jealous of something that's going on in your partner's life, it shows that you care. It shows that you're worried about them, or you're worried, you still care about your relationship and so forth. But I think that's to a point. I think there's a level where you have to say, hey, now you're being ridiculous. And maybe I struggle with that. get jealous, and but then I've also heard something else, and I kind of, I like it a little better. I don't think it's jealousy. Jealousy is when you want something you don't have. And you're jealous of what somebody else has, or what. I don't think that's really what happens in a relationship. No, the better way I've seen it heard is I'm not jealous. I'm territorial. I'm protective of what's mine. And I'm not saying that like you own another person or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. But if you are in a relationship where you both agree that you're going to be monogamous and true to one another, that person is a part of your life. That person is a part of who you are and how you live your life. And I feel like you can get territorial over that. Because that's messing with that person is messing with part of your life. I think that makes sense, right? If I'm wrong, tell me. Be with somebody, be with them. I wish to God, what kills me, folks, is that I had one rule. Faithfulness. You stay true, faithful, and honest, and we can get through anything. No amount of money, no amount of stress, no amount of anything else that came our way could have beat us. But if you're not faithful, then you have nothing. And I wish she had. I wish when that first thought crossed her mind, when she decided that she wanted to look at another guy, I wish she had just ended it. I wish she had told me the truth and just ended it. Yeah, it would have hurt like hell. But at least I would have had the truth, and at least there wouldn't have been everything that happened afterwards. And you know what? Maybe if that was the case, maybe if she had done that, and then maybe some time went by and things worked out a little differently or whatnot, and I didn't start seeing anybody, or I was still single or whatever, and if she called me up, maybe I'd give her another chance. Maybe I would say, hey, yeah, no, you told me the truth, you walked away, yeah, let's give this another shot. I probably would have taken her back then. But now, no way in hell. She could show up at my door tomorrow, beg me. No. Because again, without trust, there can never be true love. And for those out there who have been in relationships where it happened, somebody cheated, and you did decide to stick it out, you got back together or what have you, hey, rock on. I give you a ton of credit. I think you're amazingly strong people, and if it was just a one-time thing, you know, hey, that's what it is. And I've known people that have gotten through that and gotten over it and what have you. It can happen. But this wasn't a one-time thing. This wasn't I made this mistake once. Because that's the other thing, it wasn't a mistake. She actively sought it out. When you fly to another state to sleep with somebody, that's not an accident. Not a mistake. It's an active choice. There was no, oh my God, I screwed up, blah, blah. No, none of that. She made her choices. Why she couldn't make the choice to end it, I'll probably never know. That sucks. Because it'd be nice to know. It'd be nice to know, at least have some idea as to why. If from her own mouth she said, I didn't do anything wrong, why I got treated like I did. You know, it's I hate the way she made me feel. I think when it comes down to it, I think that's what hurts probably the most, is this idea that the amount of pain and heartache and distrust that I now feel sucks. The fact that I now have to drug myself to sleep at night sucks. Because I was doing great. I was doing great with sleeping because she made me happy, because she knew what to say. And I can go to sleep at night and not have to worry and not. But now that I can't close my eyes without seeing her, without thinking about everything, I can't sleep. That sucks. All the things that I miss, all the things that I haven't had in almost a year. I'm a cuddler. I love to snuggle. I'm a big guy. Something I love. Haven't known that for almost a year. Haven't known the touch of a woman in almost a year. I got nothing to hide. Sure, there's some part of me that says, I should just go out and get laid. Have some fun, right? But to what end? Doesn't solve anything. Another part of me wants to look for something, to get into a relationship and to feel that again. But man, that would, I don't know, I worry so much about screwing that up and hurting somebody, and there's a part of me that wants nothing. Wants to just live my life and see what happens. And the problem is none of those options are great. None of those options make me feel any better. And again, everybody tells me it's going to take time. It's going to take. And I know it will. And there are days that are good. There are days that are better than others. And then there's days like today when I wake up and all I can think about is what I lost. So don't be like me, folks. Don't think there's something going on. If you think there's something, if your gut's telling you, hey, something's not right, maybe you should trust it. And that's my word of advice to you today is, if you think something's going on, if you feel like the person you were with isn't telling you everything, isn't as distant, is heed that warning in yourself, and talk about it. Or look elsewhere. You know, ask people, ask their friends, ask, like, hey, do you think anything's going on? You know, it's gonna suck, but sometimes you gotta just find that out. You gotta listen to a song last night that I listened to before, but last night it kicked in a little bit harder, and it's a song. I'm a big country guy, right? I'm a redneck, and I was listening to a song by Josh Turner, "If Love Ever Get," and it's called "Another Try." Some line goes, "If I'll hold on for dear life, if love ever gives me another try." The song is good. The song is meaningful, and the song really hits home. But the other thing was, you read in the comments on YouTube, read these people's stories about what they went through and so forth. Pretty amazing. It's pretty intense. And I hope to God love gives me another try. I hope I get another shot at being happy. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be happy without somebody. I'm not saying that. I will be. I've been there before. I've been single. But I like sharing my life with somebody. I like sharing the highs and lows. I like experiencing things and having somebody to share those experiences with. It means a lot to me. So I hope love gives me another shot. I hope I find somebody that actually cares about my happiness, that wants to be with me, that wants to share a life, wants to raise a family, wants to do all of that with me. Because I'm not giving up. And also, I'm not afraid of the hard times. I'm not. Because the relationship that I grew up watching, my parents' relationship, was it always perfect? No. But my parents were married for over 30 years before my dad passed away. And no matter what, I watched them get through it all. All the fights, all the arguments, through financial troubles, through moving, through job losses and so forth. I've seen it all. And I watched them get through it. And I want that. I want somebody that was going to be there. It's not afraid of the hard times, isn't going to back down, isn't going to run. It's going to stay right there with me. Face it all. Because again, the only thing that I will never tolerate is unfaithfulness. Outside of that, I think I can get through anything with somebody. That's all there is to it. Well, this is the only thing I'm going to record today because it's already a half an hour long. And I'm sorry, this is just one of those days. Once again, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. See you next time.